What's going on, guys? In today's video we're going to do a quick little market analysis trade recap. I'm back on the combine, so this journey is going to be a little bit longer than I intended for it to be, but I'm still pretty confident. And today we actually had some really good volume. Let's just erase all this and start fresh. But today we actually had some good volume. Here are my two draws on liquidity. At market opened, we were in this little consolidation in here. I had this high and I had this low because I didn't know which direction we were going to displace in, right? Actually, not this low, this low. And I basically just waited, sat on my hands until we broke out of this range. So we were at a 5 minute. So pre-market, we're just in this chopping in this sideways moving range. And then we get a nice displacement up, right? And this is price telling me that we are seeking some sort of bullish target. And I take that as a sign that we're going for this high. So what do? I wait, and I waited for this 5 minute gap. I wanted to see this 5 minute gap get hit, and I saw this gap form, and this is what really messed up with my trade because I initially entered right around here, somewhere like that, and I wanted to hold, but I entered with way too much, and as you guys see here, I only ended up with 180, but I'm trying to make the 1500 in 2 days so I can move on to the excavate quickly again. But I was really anticipating price to come down into this 5 minute gap to then take us to that high, but we didn't get that. We just got this 1 minute gap tap, and then we saw some reaction out of it. So I think I entered something like there, but I after we took out this high, I pretty much went break even, and a break even with that much contracts got me like 180. But yeah, price ended up taking out my level, and then I tried to scalp some more. I was pissed I missed out on that, so then I tried to scalp my way to this high, but we're just super choppy, as you guys see. So I waited for this retrace, and I entered again somewhere around here, and then I don't know, I didn't end up holding. Top step X like crashed or something, so I just got out in this chop. But price, I wish I stayed in it because price just displaced beautifully to my next target. So this honestly could have been a crazy day. On the XFA, if I traded this, like, this could have been a monstrous day. This could have been a, let's see, so this is 1.7R right here, and this is another 2.4R. This could have been combined of almost 5R. That's $2,500 withdrawable cash. But I'm on the combine, and I didn't even catch any of these two moves. I was just trying to scalp. I was entering with 5 minis, so, and I'm so used to the contract sizing on M and Q. With NQ, I'm not him yet. I have to do the calculations, like pull up a legit calculator. But yeah, those are my two trade ideas. Pretty much A+ setups. I just wish we retraced further into this 5 minute gap. Like what could be the reason? What's the reasoning that we don't fill this gap? You know. So I was pretty tweaked out. And that's why I didn't really hold on to this trade. It's because I really thought I was going to get a re-entry down here. But this first trade ended up playing out, and then the second one ended up playing out as well. Targeting this 4-hour unfilled imbalance right here. Boom. But yeah, that'll do it for this video. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to try to unwind this weekend and attack the charts next week, you know. I also wrote down some notes because, you know, usually people make changes and fix up their game after a huge loss, like what happened to me last week or this week. But I went to my notes, I took some notes. So, for the love of God, only trade trendy continuation days. If you don't see price trending or displacing towards the draw liquidity, there is no trade. And today, the old me would try to catch a trade to these highs, but we were so choppy, you know what I mean? But then we got a nice displacement towards my draw, and that's exactly what I prayed about yesterday. Another note I wrote down was, if price reacts off a fair value gap and price comes back to the gap again, it's way less likely for the gap to hold and actually deliver price to the target. Only take trades off of reaction from a gap that hasn't been hit yet. So as you guys see here, this is a perfect example. This gap got hit once. It got hit once and we reacted off it. Nice. But as you guys see, when we come back to the gap, it doesn't hold the same way it held that first time. And that's really important to keep note of, you know. It's just, you can find examples of this all over. Like, you see how nicely it holds that first time, boom, destroyed. We hold it somewhat this time, destroyed. It happens all over, man, all over. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I really appreciate all the comments and support from the last video. Like, I didn't expect all that love, but man, I want you guys to know I really appreciate the advice and the tips and the support. It really keeps me encouraged and makes me never want to give up, you know. Like, I got you guys watching now, like watching this journey. I got to do it for you guys. I want you guys to see me do it, so then if you're not at that profitable stage, you can see me and be like, dude, this guy was making the same mistakes, he was failing, and then he finally got it, you know. I want you guys to take inspiration and motivation from that. And it's hard to upload some of these videos because it's embarrassing. Like, I've been trading for however long and I'm just still blowing accounts, still not able to get to that payout stage. Like, there are kids getting payouts in 6 to 8 months. There are these outliers, but, like, you know, not everyone's like that, and it's okay. Everyone has their own path and their own journey. And sometimes God makes your journey a little harder so that you build even more skills to reach a higher level. You know what I mean? Because it's so easy. You can easily find a live stream and just signal bot and get a payout. That's not hard, right? But that you're never going to get to like real money doing that, because what if that streamer decides to shut down, then what, you're unprofitable again? Like you got to learn and acquire the edge yourself to actually make this a long-lasting career. But that'll do it for this video. I know I already said it like 8 times, but frills is it. See you guys Monday. Have a great weekend.